121 hectáreas de fascinantes atracciones basadas en exploraciones exóticas alrededor del mundo. Una combinación única de juegos emocionantes, espectáculos en vivo, restaurantes, tiendas y juegos. Las mejores montañas rusas y paseos en safari. Emoción y educación para todas las edades.
Dragging like it's Luke King. My show pack, all the dimes there, but I be falling back from all the loose change. I drop the top on that new thing. My chocolate bra, they rock Gucci. Gotta know it's impossible to stop for Lauren. Got the box, I want the new thing, yeah. She gon' show out, show out.
Todo listo para disfrutar un gran día aquí en Busch Gardens, Tampa. Vamos.
Before you break it down, girl, roll up, what up? If I ride with you, better know that I'ma ride for you. Better know that we can live for each other. That don't mean I gotta die for you. Show me my love.
Desde el corazón de África, aquí en Busch Gardens, ya está todo listo para disfrutar de un espectacular safari por la planicie del Serengeti. Vamos. Una mirada única a un hábitat donde se puede conocer de cerca la vida silvestre africana y alimentar a las jirafas con la ayuda de un guía experto. Y ya estamos haciendo el Serengeti Safari aquí en Busch Gardens, Tampa. Y con Fred queremos que nos cuente un poco de qué se trata esta experiencia, como si realmente uno estuviera en el corazón de África. Fred, it seems like we're in Africa, right here.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way, doesn't it? That's kind of the look we're going for, the feel that we're getting a chance to see these animals in as natural a habitat that we can provide for them.
What kind of animals can we see here?
We have a lot of different African species. We have giraffes, different species of antelope, ostriches, zebras. So it's a wide variety of animals that you might find in and around the savannas of Africa.
And also you have a special care program for the animals, right?
Yes, we obviously the animals' welfare is is the most important thing for us here, to make sure that they're in a safe environment and in a healthy environment. So there's a lot of the decisions we make are based on making sure they're getting a healthy diet, they're being taken care of in the most healthy manner, and then
One is coming closer.
Yep, they're part of that care is their opportunity to come visit us. We have treats for them if they want to come visit us, and this is Ruby. Ruby is one of our giraffes that comes and visits pretty regularly, and if she comes up to us, she's earned the opportunity to get a little bit of a snack or a treat from us. So we have a nutritionist on our team that takes a look at all of the food that we give to the animals, and this is something that if they want to come up to visit us in the truck, they have the opportunity to have a little romaine lettuce. And here, just all you gotta do is hold that up to her, and she'll just take it right out of your hands. You might get to see that long tongue wrap right around it.
So what you trying to do to me? It's like we can't stop, we're enemies. I know we get along, but I'm inside of you.
And just like all,
Basically what they eat?
this is just a treat. They get a lot of other food that they don't get from us, so the animal care team comes out here every day, make sure that they get a healthy and balanced diet. This is just a healthy treat that they can have extra of on top of what they get during the rest of the day.
Well, lovely experience, Fred. Thank you so much.
Of
Having
course.
a really great time.
Watch the sunset, hold it from afar, close as I get to being where you are.
Momento ahora de una pausa. Por eso nos dirigimos al restaurante que abrió sus puertas en junio de 2015. Con un ambiente de marcado estilo oriental, ofrece diversos platos típicos de todo el mundo. En el corazón de Busch Garden, Falcon's Fury es la pieza central de la zona de Pantopia. Y ahora de América del Norte con 102 metros. Ahí está, Falcon's Fury.
Busch Gardens Tampa Bay incorporó además un elemento sorpresa al llegar al punto más elevado de esta atracción e imitando el vuelo de un halcón, los voladores darán un giro de 90 grados en medio vuelo hasta quedar en posición de clavado. Un instante después, son lanzados directamente al vacío.
Impresionante, caída libre 100% de adrenalina, impresionante. Y uno de los motivos por los cuales vinimos especialmente aquí hasta Tampa, a Busch Gardens, es para conocer esta nueva atracción. Estamos hablando de Cobra's Curse, esta nueva montaña rusa inaugurada en junio pasado, que es ideal para toda la familia porque no tiene restricciones de altura. Alcanza una altura de 21 metros y también es muy rápida, con una velocidad que alcanza de 64 kilómetros por hora. Y ahí vemos cómo todos disfrutan, porque como les dije, es para toda la familia.
Esta montaña rusa de giro es única en su tipo en el mundo y ofrece la posibilidad de encontrarse cara a cara con una serpiente de más de 24 metros de altura.
Tremendo. Impresionante. Realmente vueltas de 360 grados, una velocidad increíble.
Animal Care Center. El Animal Care Center de Busch Gardens invita a los visitantes a observar muy de cerca e inclusive participar en la experiencia del cuidado de los animales. Desde la nutrición hasta los tratamientos de rayos X a cirugía, gran parte del cuidado de los animales de Busch Gardens se llevan a cabo en vista de los visitantes en esta instalación de alta tecnología.
Seguimos conociendo rincones aquí en Busch Gardens, Tampa. Y aquí estamos en esta cocina, una cocina muy especial, porque aquí vamos a ver interactuar distintos animales. Y esa es la sorpresa que les vamos a llevar en el día de hoy. Por eso hoy con Trevor queremos que nos cuente de qué se trata esta experiencia aquí en Animal Care Center. Trevor, a pleasure to be here. Wonderful. Great.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate you all visiting.
Our pleasure. So how is this welcoming?
Well, the Animal Care Center is all about introducing our guests to the types of care that we give our animals here at Busch Gardens. And the reason we're in this beautiful kitchen is because this is where we make the food for a few of our animals every day to get our guests directly involved in the process. We like to say that proper nutrition is the first step to preventative health care. It's a fancy way of saying mom and dad is right. If you eat healthy, you're going to be healthy. And that's what we're all about teaching everyone here.
Wonderful. What do we have here?
Well, this is actually going to be a diet for the animal ambassador that we're going to be meeting today. Now, the animal that we're meeting, his name is Burko, and he is one of the many animal ambassadors that calls Busch Gardens home. As an animal ambassador, he goes out around the park, he visits with our guests, he even sometimes comes over here to the Animal Care Center to have some lunch so everyone can see just how we take care of the animals at the park. Wonderful. So what we'll be doing today is creating a lovely salad for our friend Burko. So if you want to help me grab some of these foods, wonderful, we can go ahead and dress up his plate in the nicest salad we can possibly create.
Wonderful.
Now, we love talking to our guests about zoo nutrition because we have a zoo nutritionist here at Busch Gardens. She is one of less than 20 in her field on the planet. And she does a lot of research to help us figure out exactly what types of animals need to eat what types of food when they're living in a zoo. since I can't feed my friend Burko the same types of foods he'd be eating in the wild, she's come up with a good alternative diet for him.
Great. So, what is this?
Well, these are a couple different fruits and vegetables that he would be eating, very similar to what he'd have out in the wild. And these are some pellets. Just as there are food made for dogs and for cats, there's some specialized types of diets made for all sorts of animals, including our friend who's coming over right now, a ground couscous. So Joy Lee is going to put him down on the counter right over here next to you. So this is Burko. So Burko is actually kind of sort of like an Australian version of a possum. These guys are actually marsupials. They're going to be found living all the way over in New Guinea. So Burko here enjoys eating a wide variety of different fruits and vegetables, and he loves his banana. That's one of his favorites in the world.
He went directly to the banana.
He went directly to the banana. I have a feeling he'll go to his corn next in a second or two. And you can touch him if you'd like, right here on the back.
Hello, Burko. Is it tasty?
I think so.
And what other animals may come here to the kitchen?
So he's just one of the many animal ambassadors that calls Busch Gardens home. Sometimes we also might bring over an armadillo, we might bring over a sloth, might bring over a snake, just depending upon the day. So all sorts of fun different animals, and guests get a chance to meet them up close and in person, just as we're doing right now.
Increíble. Aquellos que visiten aquí Busch Gardens pueden también ver todo lo que vamos a ir a conocer ahora un ratito, porque es la parte de las cirugías, la parte realmente donde tienen el cuidado de los animales. Así que eso en unos minutos más, no se vayan, ¿eh?
So this is the hospital side of the Animal Care Center. It's where we can take care of almost any of the over 12,000 animals that call Busch Gardens home. Now here in the hospital we can see animals up to 2,000 pounds, which means almost every animal that our guests can see, including the tigers, the gorillas, the lions, the hyenas. They can all make their way into the hospital for yearly checkups. Just as we go see our doctors on a yearly basis, we bring our animals into the hospital too. And our guests visiting Busch Gardens can come in here and view these procedures as they happen.
Amazing.
It really is.
Not only Busch Gardens animals, also from outside.
Exactly, also from animals from outside of Busch Gardens. We see about 300 to 400 wildlife cases every year. Animals hurt outside of Busch Gardens that are brought to us for treatment, rehabilitation, to help them get better, and then release back out into the wild. Now, most of the time, those animals can be returned to the wild. Sometimes, though, we have an animal that can't quite make it back out into the wild. And in those cases, if they can no longer survive on their own, we find a permanent home for them. It might be at another zoo or a sanctuary, or sometimes it's here at Busch Gardens. And in fact, we have another friend coming in right now who's an example of that.
Hello.
So this is another of our animal ambassadors, and his name is Edgar, short for Edgar Owl Poe. And Edgar here is an eastern screech owl. These are birds that live in our own backyard right here in Florida, and Edgar came to the hospital about 3 years ago after he'd been hit by a car. Now, unfortunately, we did surgery to repair the broken bone in his wing, but his tendons, the muscles that help him to open and close his wing, never fully healed. And because of that, he can no longer fly. So since he can no longer fly, we've given him a permanent home here at Busch Gardens. Wow. And this is where he gets to interact with our guests each and every day and help us to teach a little bit more about the conservation work that we do right here, about the animals that live in our own backyard.
Lovely. Congratulations. Great work.
Thank you very much.
Nos vamos despidiendo de esta fantástica aventura. Risas, sensación de plenitud, vértigo y memorias inolvidables. Orlando es el destino ideal para las vacaciones en familia.
Razor.